When it comes to one-bedroom units, most people would think that this is for investment. Therefore, entry price and rental yield are important so that it will make it easy for you to exit to the next buyer. But what if that's not the case? What if you buy the cheaper unit that gives you high rental yield, but yet you find it more difficult to sell and also with lower profit? Hi everyone, my name is Jay, and today I'll be sharing a case of two condos where one condo sold better with higher rental yield and another condo actually sold better with lower rental yield. It sounds strange, right? And that's the reason why you should watch till the end so you can avoid making such mistakes. So over here we have two condos, Condo A and Condo B. For Condo A, the higher rental yield unit sold much better and profited well, whereas for Condo B, the lower rental yield units actually sold better. So Condo A is in the RCR region, TOP 2023 with about 500 units and a land size of about 300,000. Their one bedroom consists of mainly the 𝑭𝒊𝒓𝒆𝒔 square feet and the 1 plus study is of 517 square feet. So you get an extra study over here. In the rental market, you can see that in terms of the rental transacted, the one bedroom averaged around 3,500, while the 1 plus study has done an average of let's say 3,600. So the size difference between these two units is 43 square feet. Taking ₁750 𝒔𝒆𝒄 for example, so that's a price difference of 75,250 between the one bedroom and the 1 plus study. But the rental difference is only $100. So how do I decide if it's worth it to buy the one bedroom or the 1 plus study? Let me just take the price difference of 75,000, we divide by the rental difference of 100, and then we divide by 12 months to see how long does it take to recover this difference in the price based on $100 rental gap. So I have 75,250 divide by 100 divide by 12, and that will give me 62.7 years. That means that the price difference of 75,000 means that I'm paying 75,000 more and I'm collecting $100 extra rent every month. It will take me 62 years to cover back these 75,000 based on getting $100 more every month. Therefore, we can see that for investment purposes, the one bedroom will make so much more sense to purchase. That's why when they are sold in the resale market, the 1 plus study prices did not appreciate as much as the one bedroom, as the 1 plus study rental yield is lower. In fact, for the 1 plus study units, some of the pricing can actually go very close to the 1 bedrooms like you can see over here. And the PSF for the 1 plus study generally is also lower compared to the 1 bedrooms. That's why the returns from buying the 1 bedroom is so much better, whereas the returns are lower for the 1 plus study, because the rental yield is lower as well. Now, coming to Condo B, this condo is also in the RCR region, TOP around 2024. It has around 400 units and a land size of about 300,000 as well. So it's very similar to Condo A. The one bedroom consists of mainly 3 types, or rather 4 types. The 484 square feet, we also have the 431 square feet that comes without the balcony. And then we have the 538 square feet with a triangle shaped balcony, but overall the layout is still very squarish as we can see here. So bedroom and living room is slightly bigger, as well as the 592 square feet. In the rental market, you can see that in terms of the rentals transacted, the rental range is also very close between the 484, 431 square feet and the 538 and 592 square feet as well. So mainly the average the difference is also about $100 to $150. So, if given a choice for this condo, you have a highway facing this side, 431 and 484 square feet asking for 1.09 million, 1.18 million. You also have the non-highway facing over this side. In fact, this unit has a bit of west sun. Also at the same size, 484 square feet, 431 square feet, going for 1.28, 1.35 million. Let me just write this down. And lastly, the bigger one bedrooms at 538 square feet, going for 1.46 million. May I ask, which unit will you choose? Because the rental difference is not much, and all these are one bedders. And bear in mind that some of these one bedders cost more than $1.4 million. So which one will you choose? Okay, at this point of time, take a deep breath because the result will shock you. In fact, people are willing to pay more than $1.45 million for the one bedroom, and they are actually going for the higher floors and paying a premium for the bigger one bedroom units. Even for the non-highway facing, as we can see here, stack 55, stack 53, which is this side, non-highway facing, they are paying more than $1.25 million. And just now we saw that the non-highway facing are actually asking for below $1.1 million. In fact, none of the highway facing so far has been sold. None of them. Even though they are more than 300,000 cheaper than the bigger one bedrooms. Isn't this shocking? And when we work backwards to calculate the rental yield, in fact the lower rental yield units here, okay, because of the higher price, more of them have been sold. And they are sold at a higher price. And it's easier to sell even though the rental yield is poorer. So what about the better rental yield units here and what's going on with this condo? In fact, the bigger the unit, the higher the per square foot, as we can see here. So what does this tell us? Condo A's one bedroom is more for investment, where lower selling price is preferred with higher rental yield. While Condo B, with similar age, land size, number of units, the one bedroom is more for own stay. And the lower price is not important at all. Instead, the floor level, the facing, the feel-good factor is what the buyers there are looking for. So my takeaway here is that we should not generalize everything, and each project and each location has its unique attributes. You might think that you are buying cheaper, but end up getting stuck with a unit that's difficult to sell or possibly even lower profits compared to the bigger one bedroom or two bedroom units. On the other hand, you might be looking for a unit to stay and you want to stay at a certain location, but your budget only allows you to get a one bedroom or even a two bedroom at this certain location. So how do you identify which condo are the ones that people buy smaller units for own stay? Because for the same location, you can get two different condos with two different behaviors and buyer demographics. And that's the reason why you should get someone that is skillful enough to notice all these things and point them out to you so that you can avoid all these costly mistakes. That's all from me today, and if you find my content helpful, do share my videos with your friends so that they can benefit and have good takeaways. I'll see you in the next video.